Hello and welcome to today's video. As you can see, I'm going to show you how to get more aura points. No, just being serious. So I'm going to basically teach you the handstand with strict form. As you can see, this is a beautiful backdrop and it's a beautiful skill. So let's go ahead and learn it. First of all, you want to build your straight arm strength. So you can do this by doing piked walks. As you can see, I'm going from a push-up position into more of a crouched or crowded position. So at the top here, I'm pausing for a couple seconds because in terms of the upper body, it's going to be exactly the same as when you're in the handstand. So you can pause the video when I'm at that position and you can actually analyze the upper body and you'll see that it's similar to the handstand. So you just want to build that strength. But with that being said, that's more of a warm-up exercise if I'm being honest, and this is pretty much the best bang for your buck exercise. So it's a chest to wall hold and you'll start off with both feet against the wall, in this case pole, and what will happen is you start to balance so well that you can actually take one foot off. And if I was to basically get like a digital eraser or like a rubber and I take this pole out of the video, I'll actually look like I'm doing a normal handstand. And that's maybe something you haven't visualized before, but it's definitely worth doing. So this is a very good exercise, and then as you get stronger, you'll take your feet off even quicker. And pretty much, to be honest, this is probably the only exercise you would need to do. But that being said, you do need some variation. So then, yeah, eventually you can actually take off both feet at the same time and just hold the handstand. I do want to mention though that a lot of people, when they want to learn the handstand, what they do is they kind of assume that it's luck, but that's not really the case. You actually have to learn how to control your body weight, and it can be a bit daunting at first, but don't worry, I'm going to show you the techniques and tips and tricks that you can use to actually manipulate your body weight and be in full control, which will feel good once you get the hang of it. So at the start of this clip, I just did a double foot kick up. You want to also try this just to learn the balance and the movement a bit more. And the main point that I wanted to make, as I mentioned before, is learning to control your body weight. So here you can see it's quite a small movement on the parallettes. I'm shifting my wrist forward and back, but even though it is a small movement, you need to realize that your whole body weight is on your hands. So a small movement like this is going to completely change the trajectory and alignment of your handstand. And if you're doing it on the floor, you need to understand that a wider base is going to mean that you have more balance. So you want your pinky and your thumb to be as far away from each other as possible and not gather your fingers like this. If you have a small surface area like this, it's such a small base to work with. And even expert or pro handstand level people will struggle to handstand with a small base like this. So you want to spread your hands as far and wide as possible, and think of your hand like a bear's hand, as big as it can be, so that you have more room to play with while you're upside down. And you also want to make sure that you curl your fingers, because the front of your fingers, especially the three main fingers in your hand, they will act like brakes. So when you're going forward and you're about to fall out, if you push into the ground with the front three fingers, it will act like brakes. So here, instead of me falling forward, I'm actually curling, especially on the left hand. You can see I'm curling my finger.